ZETA Division, on the other hand, again, still just getting a feel for how they are set up. Exploring mid this time.
That's just ZETA Division.
Spike down mid.
Knocked up here by Rossi and Xcurit. Xcurit should have his ultimate almost up. And imagining that coming into the bonus, that's going to be quite a huge advantage for him. As T1 slowly but surely rolling in the rounds. Still pretty early, but you can already see, I feel like at some point the exhaustion here of ZETA Division.
And Rossi having a good time too. ZETA Division at the very least, I mean, this is still pretty early on in the map. But, yeah, I mean, that said, you really got to find different ways to push through. We're expecting a lot from this full buy round now because it says a lot as to how this map will start. And again, wanting to punch that ticket through to the playoff stage.
This camera is giving some really nice information here for Xcurit. Two little shutdown. Depp does find him in the battle through the Cypher cage. That's some information gathered. That's a big player downed. But T1, Saya player, and like two other players here from T1 going in for this big flank. You can already see Laz holding patiently while the rest of his team manages their way on A main. Carpe's dart immediately gets scattered. And this nade, will it flush him out? Absolutely it will, as Huron falls down. As I mentioned, three players of T1 going in for the flank. Has to break that trap first, and Laz on first contact is gonna get punished. They're just gonna go with this for this three-man push. They do upgrade some of their weapons, so there is better firepower right now from T1. The risk to actually push up on A main pays off. Numbers favoring ZETA Division, but that's never been a hindrance here for T1.
Oh.
They do line up for Depp in that high vantage point, and Izu left by himself. Probably just going to be playing that exit frag.
Yeah, way too many targets right in front of him, but the way that this round plays out, just a more decisive take from ZETA. Going in for that elbow push, T1 not really, despite having the camera for information, not really able to work off against it. So now it's just going to be a ZETA that slowly comes back into the game. Still really early on, but right now, great movement.
As you can see, his teammate is giving most of the information. Carpe's breaking all the utility, but I feel like ZETA knows something's up at this point. They're waiting for maybe a push out here for T1, but it's the first one that peaks that loses, I feel like, in all of these things. And they're coaxing it with the Sova drone.
Yeah, just trying to get a feel for it too. As long as Saya player can make this connect, it should work. But ZETA is definitely thinking about the paranoia to get themselves out of this sticky situation. Or to at least get a pinch onto Saya.
Wow. Did they understood that he was there, or someone at least pocketed themselves on the corner? That was absolutely monumental. Haunt from out of nowhere. Laz finds an opening. Rossi does get a trade, but ultimately Huron finds him. That means that Xcurit left on an island on that B site. What a battle of patience. Again, the first one to peak loses, and it was a Saya player that did because of that aftershock.
Yeah, patience and reads, right? You know, first of all, that aftershock, you have the paranoia that comes out as well. And if you think about how a team operates, they're either throwing it out just to check in case, or, you know, they're also anticipating such movements from T1. And either way, it just speaks volumes as to how ZETA are reading this game. And that's something that they could definitely need more of as they push through into that 2-2 scoreline. I mean, Depp just reacting off of such an opening kill as well, instantly diving onto the site, giving his team a lot more space to work with around A. So far, they haven't really seen Xcurit though, so that...
Or not. In any case, Hoping that he could maybe break that camera too. Everybody here from T1 playing in such tight-knit positions to capitalize off of those tripwires, exposing position off of ZETA.
Very crucial, and Xcurate still is just lurking right around the corner of Market. Although it is smoked off, you got Carpe here as well. So even though this is a round where ZETA has the better guns, you still want to be careful.
That was neat for Nate. Side player already gave away his position. He's somewhere here on Market. So they're just going to be holding on to that for the moment right now. Dep's going to be pushing in, but it might actually be, again, a bit of a risk. The separation on these smokes could be fatal. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, triple stack to the back of Boba here. Big paranoia already. They don't know the Dep has hunkered down into the corner, so the trades are looking favorable for ZETA. Izu's 1-2 remain. Not spotted by the C, spotted by the Haunt though. Stunned as well. TP's away. Repositions. But Dep hounds him down.
I'm out for a reset, but look at Dep soaring through the air.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're up in the air, you can get grounded. And boy, did he. Sugar Zero's going to use the paranoia. They're committing to get this quick take on the B site because they aren't afraid of how much retake power T1 has. So the more that they can play for this post plant, the better it should be for ZETA Division here. But again, as I mentioned, side player, he's got the Boombayah. Nightfall going to be used for a bit of that coverage. And oh my god, this is just going to be them, ZETA Division, praying to dear God that nobody from T1 can spot them out, which they absolutely are. And they just get torn apart as that retake from T1 is absolutely flawless.
Very clean. Just give them the site, play the retake. Nightfall was a good idea, and you can see ZETA trying to be a little bit more
Aftershock to assist him on Market, but because Side player was just boosted on Market, everything that he kind of did was null and void, so unless he was just such a good shot, it would have been something, right? Dep unleashed himself that showstopper of his, but yeah, Izu was able to get away with a fairly timed just run out, actually, or maybe that was Carpe. Anyways, A site not secured at all by ZETA here. Saya player into the corner, and he explodes. You're not sure, he got himself that trade-off, but Xcurate doubling up, and it's trade for trade, man. They are dwindling in the numbers. Thankfully enough, that Neural Theft is gonna give that information. The double swing out on mid! Laz! Double kill! And an opportunity, a chance, a hope, a dream. He's down to 30. Did he hear the noise from Rossi? Because that's going to be important. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Laz, he's got a chance, but he's 30 HP.
Yeah, at the very least, maybe he gets a spike plant, but then you got Rossi who's able to kind of sneak back up around. And Laz always has to wonder where he's going to show up from. For all you know, left. Rossi might actually pull off such a crazy flank to push through tiles or something. Of course, it's going to be Link that's the easier option, or Ali. Either way, Laz has a lot to consider. Wow, Spycam might actually give up a little bit.
Spotted him.
10 seconds. Now he's got information and just has to land the shot.
He has a snake bite too. Rossi can play this perfectly. Rossi, he gets tagged. He knows exactly where he is. What a risky proposition from both sides. But Rossi, even though he was exposed, he had everything working for him. He's cornered his opponent. He has the HP advantage, and he's Rossi. All those three things working in.
Operator on Saya player.
So it's take two, right? Both teams using a good chunk of smoke as well as info utility here on A main. Immediately, ZETA Division backs away up onto mid, realizing that last round, we got pushed here on tile, so we re-clear this. But as they do, they actually double up onto A main. They're kind of hoping that maybe with the use of this Prowler, they expose some bit of position. Carpe's still holding an angle here, and he could get some massive damage, which he will not be able to do so. Only 1-for-1 in terms of the trades. There's so many players of T1. They're challenging. Izu's lighting it up.
Oh, Laz.
Laz, if he can find this, a Neural Theft will come quickly right soon after. Saya players just holding an operator here through tiles. These are just massive reads over and over again from T1, and ZETA Division is playing into the trap of their opponents.
Not over yet, though. Last still very much so in the game.
Left.
First of all, has to make his way onto his site, but as he moves across,
jumped
hops
over
the tripwire, I believe Accurate might have hurt him.
Yeah, there's a lot of pings. Boba is the only position that was not given up.
10 seconds left.
Where does he plant the spike? Does he even check the camera? He will not because there's no time left. Accurate, pretty much
More because, you know, the A hit, we tried that, it's been done. The Prowler can only do so much. Trip out those trap wires, maybe go up against Accurate once more.
Okay, 2 for the price of 1 boom bot. Get some big damage on Saya player, destroy the tripwire on B main itself. That's some value, but you know what? You're absolutely right. It feels like ZETA Division, they're roughhousing a push on attack. It feels like there's no finesse here. And they're kind of hoping that this shock and awe play is gonna rattle T1, but it's rallying them more than their opponents are, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit safer on the approach this time. I like the spy cam, but Saya player peeking out into B main just calls it all clear. He knows the hit's coming towards B, but Dev's got the aggression.
Izu does get the trade very quickly. TP across from Sugar Zero here, but he's alone for the moment. They don't realize that he's gone for the shot at step. Izu's by himself. Although he's pocketed into the corner here, gives himself some leeway, some breathing room, some playing space.
Last player standing.
And it's a rough house again of the two teams.
Oh.
Sugar Zero, hard to go for this TP out.
Wow.
Saya player, he's so close. Gonna get back into safety, no! This satchel to boost him quickly into market to reposition, hit the shot, and Saya player, he's celebrating. He's got like 40 seconds to wait around. Yeah. Do it again. I didn't see it. Do it again. Yeah, there you go. Again.
Making Asarai happy.
Yeah.
Dude, 7-3 scoreline. It all happens because
Sure thing, right? As I mentioned, it's a rough house. They're brute forcing their way here and hoping that any contact leads to something good.
But it doesn't, though. I mean, look at this. Saya player shuts him down. Carpe picks up one as well. 3 players left in this round. Round 11.
Cry me a river on this one, man. They line up. That's big damage, too, onto Euron, even if he survives, right? He's, like, 4 HP.
Remaining.
What? Did Saya player just hit him through a flash? Anyways, here on. From here on out, he's by himself. He's got a Nightfall. He's got the whole kit available as that Fade, so he's not going to lack anything in terms of scouting, right?
There.
But the problem is, it's a 3 versus 1.
Yeah, you've got some utility, but as a Fade, it's just not really that useful. You might be able to throw out a Haunt or a Seize.
He has Nightfall.
Prowler too. Yeah, I don't know if Nightfall in a 1-on-3, right?
Goodbye.
Well, that is a great start. That's even better.
He can throw it inside the smoke. He can throw it inside the smoke. Can he? He even sees Saya player. Just throw everything, man. Just do it right
Prowler
now.
blind him.
He's not even defusing. Come on. You already know what's happening.
And because Saya can't hear it, yeah.
Wow. Go through the gauntlet of the lower bracket.
That's the bigger part. You know, you just chill out. And you get to study VODs.
I love studying VODs.
Depp right now going on the offensive. ZETA wanting to pick up this pistol.
Laz dragging Carpe's HP to the floor, down to 10. ZETA Division's had enough, man. They've seen too much aggression from T1. They want to dish it back out themselves. They do spread themselves a little bit thin here, even though it's a 3 versus 4 with the numbers favoring ZETA Division. They have to get some control of the sites back as well as mid, and that is no easy feat when you've lost Laz already. But because of this, T1, they've already pushed themselves up onto top mid. This could separate the positions. This could isolate Huron, and he might not be prepared for the lurk that is about to come.
Carpe down low as well, too, though.
Oh, the timing.
Now they spotted him.
Where are you?
This
Spike
should
down
be
A.
easily dismantleable by Zeta Division.
If they don't overplay their cards, they should be able to, as you mentioned. But
There.
T1's so tricky that you never know what's going to happen. So I'm just here all for it. What a flash
So much
here
pleasure.
on just like, I mean, dude's doing a lot, right? He's been put on a position, on a task where there may be no point of return. Dep, shoot, go kill, double satchel. We may or might not be there with you to help you out. So he's been pretty cool and calm under that kind of pressure, man.
Yeah, Les was there to help him on the previous round. Now as we go on to the next one, getting more information as to how T1 is approaching. Dep is back in.
Spike down A.
T1 has no choice but to push forward.
Oh yeah, but the smoke's the only thing stopping them from
One
dying
enemy remaining.
through the smokes, and
Long.
looks like it could be a clean round here for Zeta Division. Just fumbles in front of him. X-Crit slowly creeping up onto B main here, calling in the rest of his team, trying to use that camera to coax some kind of peek here from Laz, and it works favorably for them. Sugar Zero does get the trade. He repositions around the corner. Do they know about this? Full control.
Wow.
And Sugar Zero, what a mad lad, actually making that happen here on. Now coming in for the big flanks, only has a Guardian in hand.
Spike planted.
Slowly creeping up. Rossi
Enemy remaining.
down. Carpe could be exposed. Gives away his position. He knows he's coming in for a market here. Sees the reposition right now and could even start to defuse that spike. But Carpe, quick and decisive. Play themselves a key hand on that bonus round. But did he spot Saya get through this? They're not even checking it out. What a catch right now for Saya player! No! The timing! Can he still win through it? He will not be able to do so. Huron finds Carpe somewhere on mid, drops the spike down. That's trade for two. Dep is gone. Carpe and Saya down on the T1 side.
Starting off with these crazy minuscule timings. Now it's going to be the Neuro Theft, though. T1 has an idea as to how Zeta are positioned. The main thing is they might be able to get the spike down. They have to play positions well enough to work out against Zeta's numbers. I think that's why I actually was thinking about going through market, but it's a little bit risky as you never know what's lurking around mid.
30
Wow.
seconds left.
Wow, actually extending all the way through.
Whoa, they don't even respect this! Excurate!
How?
Huron! He thought his position was sneaky. He thought he could maybe get that refrag. Absolutely not. No ace for Excurate here though. But damage be done. And everybody on Zeta be damned. As T1 is just swimming in it. There could be the half here for Laz. Gives him a little bit more time to play around things with. Even tries to go for the straight defuse. But I mean, Rossi's not gonna let that happen. He's got Izu with him. They got recon dart. Fair enough. Camera from Laz just to check up on mid. No tiles, no lower mid here. It's a weaker buy for Zeta Division. So they want to at least
take flight,
not lose anybody before the push happens, as they want to, again, you know, strengthen the numbers, all that good stuff.
There.
T1's well aware of this though, so again, they're just trying to compress their forces too, get the better of things. Here are on. Only really good for one on that Sheriff. Spots out the spike already, as Laz walks himself up onto A main, or A link at least.
Yeah, Zeta's efforts starting to dwindle down now. Carpe even catching them on the cross. Spike should go down pretty soon as they find Laz.
What?
There we go.
Left.
Oh, he was looking at the nade right above him. Maybe see if he's exposed? I don't know. Dep.
Last player standing.
Yeah. That's not going to turn too well for him. Huron took a while to take down Izu, so he couldn't really transfer out the Saya player in time. And T1,
Do you want to dance?
these rounds are looking a little bit slower, but a lot surer. and 2 more, and they qualify, Quack.
People allow some of these T1 players to burn out their ultimates, but that's the most you can get.
Oh no, Heron. Yeah, I mean, he was very afraid of that showstopper just being blasted in front of him, so he tries to get that value with the peek out, but ultimately it's a lose-lose situation. Laz exposed too. Now they know he's somewhere on top A here.
Spike
I
planted.
believe that is a fresh smoke, so they have to wait for a good chunk of time or just YOLO push through it. Yeah, there it is. They're gonna have to try to do something, but there's a lot of crossfires. Deb does get some damage, but again, with this elevated positioning from Izu, that is very difficult to try to go up against. And Saya player shuts it down. Is ZETA only good for...
Oh, no. Okay, well, not that, though. That's not an option.
Dude just straight up walked into stairs. Not sure what that was about.
My camera is...
Anyways, step in the right direction at least here. Spots a couple of the shock darts. Laz swings out. Does have a teammate right beside him, but is this going to be a quick little chase here from T1?
Oh, interesting.
Laz is in a really bad spot here, and Carpe!
What was that shot?
3 kills! Death Laz! Sugar 0 on the blink of an eye, down, down, and down. Nightfall activated here. They got to try to make something happen, right? Because of the Viper's Pit. From Rossi looking a little bit too dangerous. The Hunt comes in. The pistol. 1 versus 1. Rossi still hidden inside his own ultimate. The lockup, but it's a bit too late. And T1 qualifying, putting down ZETA Division.